yeah, diversity taxes. We are exposing your incorrigible ignorance. We are exposing your propaganda. We are exposing your lies. But we are staying on business. Oh, yeah, exposing your lies. We are not following you to your diversity tactics. We are exposing your lies, but we're staying on business. Talking, and they say I'll talk about the public debt. You're quite epic, because it's not about kikemu. It's not about no. It's about contribution to national development. And Koku Bakode is in a class of his own. Yamau kind of men are determine Ghana the Obekasa. One now be determined the Obekasa. When I'll be determined, you'll be criticizing. When I'll be determined what the person people should criticize about. Now, when out your videos, when out your Lord Mobi, the impudence of a dying cockroach.
All right, so fellow Ghanaians, a very good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening to you, wherever you are watching us from. Yes, Smart Africa Media. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like sign, share my for one more any bench. In fact, we have a lot to discuss about today. Na fear pokuya Vhim lady Abedin Komo was sending a very serious signal to NDC. And then in the video you're going to know say a fear pokuya Vhim lady is sending a very serious signal to NDC. Sir, one more and she lose 2028 election and I Smart Africa Media. I was young Vhim lady of late obetien nkomo me say she is one of the fewer ono won fa woni abanya obeba for bonadwene o kanadwene. In fact, woni Vhim lady a during Nana Akufo-Addo ni era no Vhim lady bonadwene with 1 2 3 enyo bi na woni Nana Akufo-Addo nyadwene, especially when Nana Akufo-Addo instruct wo hene ne se won sorry ni ade. She spoke about it. Na and the people who are saying say Nana Akufo-Addo breso wan kasa ni ade no me hu metia na mesere because she did. And then you wouldn't come be ever NDC say encrophobia and a shankrophobia moyasa, but they should think about the people of Ghana, the people that voted for them. Me say Nana Akufo-Addo and people Bebelusino Vhim lady, she was very strong and loud. And this what is and they were the NDC for were neutral. And in fact, one Kevin Taylor when say we are Wadin komo bi hwa wonim sisi ano rocket everyfa okoba ne master sewie and ma menche wade bi he NDC focus the trend bi ahun Kevin Taylor 1 this guy Ralph 2 akobi on Facebook your friend no free mind or 3 trauma trend no atenidie nko a and this and Vhim lady ba bonti no odin komo bi a we NDC nia but we yemu nhia se ehye na nko mo no oba abedi no. It has gotten to a certain point here. Get omo betna a year screen so as I say because they lack the intelligence. They cannot string together a sentence, a statement of intelligible counter argument. You know, the omo be ya say o mame, o papa, o fin, papa o and I will put the need and rent it, but you ignore all a frustration. To the point that many abema bobi answer o eminia o onye nchen bobi answer o eminia pa ya ko recruit bobi answer class on be join it because many Teletubbies snake kitchen bloggers no omo hu atemdidie no sunti bobi enso be join it because it just beats my mind say minia pa bobi answer can just pick a microphone and say that if you pokiano menopause na ye no say witchcraft to first and foremost you can never shame me with menopause Allah aboni menopause kwa wendru hu no wuye no. So you can never shame me. You can never attempt to put me to shame. Menopause ni adia onyankopon aboama nipa. So you can never put me to shame with menopause. A frustration because initially time e ba I say kania na bo no kosro. So consumers, ordinary Ghanaians are complaining about kania about no starting here or if we TikTok so no deal matters. Now once we came to point out to him say look there's a social contract now political science now why here what politics I say there's a social contract between the president, the governing party and the Ghana for because they have every right to complain and why no say no one copy be different from and or shifty at the end of the call president Kufuor else kania boy ding doom so abba what has that got to do with President Kufuor who has left power for almost 20 years
But because no person Tamata President Kufo, no chan trod President Kufo so, and a young man Basuni exposing propaganda. No, you see, that will be said in the video be man was yeah, diversity taxes. And then I would we are exposing your incorrigible ignorance. We are exposing your propaganda. We are exposing your lies. But we are staying on business. Oh, yeah, exposing your lies in that we are not following you to your diversity tactics. We are exposing your lies, but we're staying on business. Talking, and they say I'll talk about the public debt. We'll talk about that. But because person you become but the NASA issue say doom so can they ensure as they say able to talk and then answer minimum make a sign of friend come down do me. We will continue to talk about that. Car lorry fare cost say GPI to any other groups across here more soon too because petrol no there's no reason why they should not increase their fares. We will continue to talk about it. There is no amount of omame abua kwasi about the opa kofa umini Teletubbies name kitchen bloggers now mini ones no monya kwasi abasa 1 year we will still fire first no near CMF about 5 years or 8 years you have hounded, you have insulted me cry there just say me cry there me class 1 me there me from home come me there we my attempts and me onim krasa me it doesn't even affect me because really it doesn't do anything to me because it doesn't change the facts of the matter, which is that there's a social contract. In fact, Ghana your constitution they say media phone we have to hold government accountable for the people. One can say hold opposition or see constitution or see we have to hold government accountable for the people. And to force our government about and nobody has a right to hold your government accountable. I want to politics not to cut not count when you say what for the 1 year you could take by your Wabeko school review. Wabeko school. Also to what kind sa a demo can come at them and I want you move the masters at them PhD. But you can't divert the same attention to books. To me for the same attention on answer in India so so I am frustrated because sometimes people because this week say a lot of people have called me calling me bush and phone can't chefia on jai kitchen blog and some can and no did attempt to me say hey Professor PAV and some head School of Communication Studies and I can't say we shall descend into the pits of hell. We will fight you and deal with you and strip you of the corruption and ignorance. So we will climb back into the Eiffel Tower. Shit. You will descend into the pit of hell. Obetachi otunfo, obetachi asantemai, obetachi nkraiman, obetachi infantefo, obetachi any tribal group or Ghana. We will descend into the pit of hell. Deal with you. Yewi ani afro so ni ahoro ye. First na ni CMF. First ni CMF. Now did the attempt say obi and so be because now some people will say because I realize you want crowdphobia is a TikTok is your come matter hey pacho Mr. Mami come here no Debbie. Now we will represent all those people and fight for them because of money voice. Yeah, you be face you. And the more you insult, the more that will expose your unintelligent, ignorant, but abusive, empty conco of a person that you are. Because of what intelligent counter argument, you can forcefully make your intelligent counter argument without one iota, one word of insult. But with default mode, no, because brain no baby a brain capacity draw no one clutch. The brain cannot extend any further. And to account one sentence we are because when they walk here 1 episode or even 1 month, Ben no betting without insulting anybody. That insult no a joke. No, they go, hey, give me Angel a nice girl, hey, where they now a joke. That is the full capacity of the brain. No thinking, no intelligence, no attempt to read, no attempt to understand the issues, nothing. And because of a fake document, I bet not President Kufo loan. When, like I showed you the record, and your company, Chief Kufo company, no apply for loan. As we see in Jao, maybe painting at the President Kufo say where you're from for, wako yesika. And we know lazy no take a wheelchair and I said you phone a piano. And when we stopped you are so frustrated. I come back and more not sorry. Frustrated because we have stopped you from defaming President Kufo. We have stopped you from insulting President Kufo. We have stopped you from abusing President Kufo. We have stopped you from insulting PZ4. We have stopped you from insulting Asantimen Yinabet say Otumfo na ye Ghana problem and Otumfo na ye Galam say. Meanwhile, Senka who nim dear And now you appreciate knowledge. Even like I said, the cursory look, you can read the Minerals Act. No? And the Minerals Act would have showed you, say, Ghana, your gold, your bauxite to a diamond, even a moba cry, a paya boy, a license or Minerals Commission, because it's part of mining. It's classified as a mineral resource. Into come back now and because I know two for a Ghana problem. And I said you 7 predators and me both 2 for the and my mama musu. Sikeja kofi na kasa mi slono. And to me kasentia bibia but quoting you come and say the 2 for na no so we 7 kwasi asem say can you imagine? Can you imagine using these words? Paid assassins. Me say adumani nyina anye omo ye paid assassins. Paid assassins who have equally recruited subcontracted assassination or human character assassination. On Kofi to say Kofi Adoma ya pineni. A Kofi Adoma tini baby and Kofi Adoma ya no 7-8 surgeries. Asana Kofi Adoma ni ba kunu create to me poye yi kakra edi. Then he insults Kofi Adoma and saying, ya go ejuma no and then Kofi TV no kwa useless. And I tell them what to be your interest. What to be so Kofi TV no go other people no money idea or GA21 for concern me omuni ho. Me say assassination of character embaso. Kofi Koku Bako Malik, Alaji Koku Bako Malik onam ho. He's a walking encyclopedia. Who did the Koku Bako attempt enye who did the Koku Bako attempt till that kingdom come enye because I've seen videos on ye Koku Bako what Koku Bako has achieved. Who to me achieved one zillions. Oh, to me, actually, 1 zillion. Because it's not about Kikemu. It's not about no. It's about contribution to national development. And Koku Bako is in a class of his own. Yamau kind of men are determined Ghana the Obekasa. One hour be determined the Obekasa. One hour be determined the Obe criticize it. One hour be determined what the person people should criticize about. Now, one out to your videos. One out to your Lord Mobi. The impudence of a dying cockroach. Countryman song go best here. O concombility. Your concombility. Who now be determined time will be complaining. Anytime I'm more being complaining. We will stop you in your tracks right there, right now. But see first, for so many years, the 2020 elections, Akwaisi Mema was a election results. Obi imagine don't low IQ. Already onim electoral processes no. Until election system, not say elections, elections are your collated results no polling stations. Near the collated results, no pink sheets. No. Yeah, the Aba collation center. A do collation center near collating now. Yeah, the Aba first a strong room. I want election commission. Now we see new one. If I know my say they have set up a regional a umbrella too. So from polling station to collation center to regional collation center, and national easy collation center. But on Tiasia, akwa way to me bet now that NDC full soldiers mini bloggers and say I fear poker. What could change Mahama election results? Now Mahama winning or the Mahama Diana Kufad no dear Kufad Diana Wareno, Mahama. Then the people had the audacity to come back to UTV, say about the boy, you be share answer the go if you poker because even I reported to the police headquarters CID. So be say DCOP first say can you boa so
that is Vhim lady. To the people I come if you say na ye pen na politics politics. You come on tiasie me say na do dan go for the era. And you may be say, can. In fact, so we catch us in another one, ye duma wapwa. Na nadu ye duma pa, or ye duma pa. Na nadu ye duma pa, very, very hard working man. But a new man getting to be nana age way and ye, nana ye see. Nana any ban hoson na jinsim. Nana do don't go for any ban hoson. No one the ministers. Any some of the MPs. Why? Because they had a thought say free SHS has covered the eyes of the people, the Ghanaians. And you know, your campaign the free SHS 2016 it was free SHS. 2020 NPP nearly lost the election in 2020 because it was free SHS. And the MPs ministers never worked as it was expected. 2024 still. Now free SHS. And the Dr. Mahama Baumia, the policy of the Bayakrano, not Ghana for were not actually taking it as it was supposed to be. Because And yeah, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na yedmo. The MPs, the ministers, they never helped. And the same trend NDC for person. And to say Kevin Taylor, ebediatem. Free mind or Sab Abrantiano, the tipasibino, will be diatem. Or the same rough, the fellow Ghanaians, ebediatem. Na bongo ideas, add Nidian name. Na Yera Bobiansa, add Nidian name. Yabeka say Yamontias, you're not going to understand, you're not going to listen. But when the time comes, and when the Mobeka say, oh, and with this no, Vhim lady say, NDC for channel or what can say, dear, on Babe Kebiano, on Babe attack it, but why ready? But she is ever ready to expose the NDC. It has gotten to that. Say, says in a catch them, say, Mono, I didn't ever say, no, I can't want it. It's a power. When you power, don't say the deal with Trimsan where you can't, I want it. You would never listen until you lose the power that the people gave to you. Mr. Whooper and they are saying, young Celeste, and this will lose. So when you more, me ya ben from we are among of the grassroots. Yeah, no money na we are ben almost tell you what to say yes. And we speak to them, we listen to them. They tell us their mind, what the government supposed to do. Almost say abiding yet. And we would never create jobs. That is what they say. They can't move the munti. And adi we ya meka na ya channel ya adwena ko e biti na temo ate wo se nipa no be fed up. Dollar semi or the saying Bank of Ghana sika semi ba ye. And a channel called Kevin Taylor, so Kevin Taylor so sikufo so to divert the attention of Ghanaians. Ne a chia bronye. Ne a kwachi me say sa branch case ni minja ikada. It is the most, I don't know, I mean who word I mean use man. Hey, now what to akwa obi. So what true doom so is back. All because you want to channel the mind of the Ghanaians. You want to divert attention. You can't say you won't you, but until the 2028 election, you're going to get it. Say see, I mean, when it's so phobia session comes say NPP or they say NDC will lose more seat. Yes, the more NDC loses seat, no, never vote so ban people. And you can't say no more the monte. Some of the say ye NPP phone you can't say I monte. You wouldn't know be catch them. What ye? Mom fan say a normal. It is going to be normal to you on the very day of election. Yes, it is going to be normal to you on the very day of election. Instead of you to work hard, and you yate, Vhim lady na akasa no, I South Africa media wada roma. Yanko comment section yanko nkodi enkomo. Subscribe so unyan subscribe ya Mr. Wada. Subscribe mami like na fi sign share ma fofora wonom ewe tritri ene benteye. Bidin edwaduma nkomo ba na kofi.